The greatest discovery you can ever make in your life is realizing that the way you think determines the life you live. Your brain is the command center of your destiny. It is not your environment. It is not your background. It is not your circumstances that ultimately decide where you go. It is the thoughts you allow, the beliefs you accept, and the patterns you repeat. If you can take control of your mind, if you can reprogram the way your brain works, you can create a completely new future. Imagine waking up each morning knowing you are no longer driven by fear, doubt, or old limitations. Imagine feeling in control, confident, and ready to take action. This is not some faraway dream. This is possible, and it begins the moment you decide to step into the challenge of reprogramming your brain for success. Most people live on autopilot. They wake up, go through the motions, react to life, and repeat the same behaviors every day. They believe they are making choices, but most of those choices are nothing more than habits created long ago. Scientists estimate that 95% of what you do, think, and feel every day is automated. That means only a tiny fraction of your life is conscious choice. If you are not actively directing your mind, you are passively being directed by old programming. That is why so many people feel stuck. That is why they repeat the same mistakes, fall into the same patterns, and end up frustrated year after year. But here is the truth that can set you free. If your brain can be programmed by old experiences and negative influences, it can be reprogrammed by new choices and empowering habits. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. The more you focus on positive and empowering thoughts, the weaker your limiting beliefs become. The challenge is consistency. Just as you cannot build physical strength in a single workout, you cannot rewire your brain in a single day. But if you commit yourself for the next 30 days, if you discipline yourself to replace negativity with empowerment, if you repeat success habits every single day, you will be amazed by how much changes. 30 days can build the foundation for a new identity. 30 days can create a new vision for your life. 30 days can be the beginning of everything you have ever wanted. Think about this carefully. Every great success story begins with a decision. The decision to no longer accept mediocrity. The decision to no longer be trapped by old patterns. The decision to step into courage and discipline. That decision is in your hands right now. You cannot control the past. You cannot erase every mistake. But you can choose who you will be from this moment forward. And when you decide, when you commit, when you put your whole heart into the next 30 days, you will see evidence of change. You will feel your confidence rise. You will feel your energy expand. You will feel your mind sharpen. And those feelings will fuel you to keep going. Understand this clearly. Success is not built in one big leap. Success is built in daily steps. Every day you train your brain to focus on growth. You strengthen the pathways of success. Every day you act with discipline. You break free from the chains of laziness. Every day you replace doubt with courage. You create a new pattern of belief. 30 days of repetition will rewire your brain. 30 days of commitment will redefine who you are. 30 days will make you unstoppable. So ask yourself this question. Are you willing to go all in for the next 30 days? Are you willing to take control of your thoughts instead of letting your thoughts control you? Are you willing to prove to yourself that you can reprogram your mind for success? If the answer is yes, then prepare yourself. The next 30 days will challenge you, stretch you, and push you. But they will also transform you. They will awaken a version of you that has been waiting to emerge. They will unlock strength, focus, and confidence you may not even know you had. And when you reach the end of this journey, you will not just have completed a challenge. You will have discovered the true power within you. Would you like me to continue with part 2, the next 6 to 25 words right away? Or do you want to review this first part before moving forward? The mind is an incredible machine, but it does not care what you feed it. It will accept whatever you repeat. If you feed it fear, doubt, and excuses, it will produce hesitation and procrastination. If you feed it courage, focus, and determination, it will produce action and results. The brain does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. That is why athletes visualize victory before they compete. That is why leaders affirm their vision before they act. They are reprogramming their minds to expect success before it happens. And that expectation becomes reality. You must begin to do the same. For the next 30 days, every word you speak, every thought you allow, and every image you focus on must align with the future you desire. If you say you cannot, your brain will believe you cannot. If you say you will, your brain will search for the way. If you imagine yourself failing, your brain will prepare for failure. If you imagine yourself succeeding, your brain will prepare for victory. The challenge is to discipline yourself to speak life, to think strength, and to see the best possible outcome. This is not about positive thinking as a cliché. This is about creating neural pathways that make success your default. Your habits are the roots of your results. If you want a different life, you must plant different habits. Every time you wake up and start your day with gratitude, you are teaching your brain to focus on abundance instead of scarcity. Every time you choose exercise over laziness, you are teaching your brain that health and discipline are non-negotiable. Every time you read a book instead of scrolling endlessly on your phone, you are teaching your brain that growth matters more than distraction. Each choice is small, but together they form an identity. Repetition is the key. Do not underestimate the power of daily actions. The small things you do consistently shape the person you become. In these 30 days, you will face resistance. Your brain will try to pull you back to the old ways. It will whisper that it is too hard, that you are too tired, that it will not make a difference. That is the voice of old programming. That is the echo of every time you quit before. You must learn to ignore it. You must learn to act in spite of it. Discipline is doing what needs to be done whether you feel like it or not. If you wait for the right mood, you will never move. But if you choose action regardless of mood, you will create momentum. And momentum is the secret weapon of transformation. Once you build it, it carries you forward. Remember this, your brain does not change by accident. It changes through intentional effort. If you want to reprogram your brain for success, you must treat it like training for a championship. You do not train once a week and expect victory. You train every day until the new patterns become second nature. At first it feels uncomfortable, but with consistency it becomes automatic. One day you will wake up and realize that what used to feel forced is now who you are. That is when you know your brain has been reprogrammed. That is when you know success is no longer a dream. It is your identity. Look at your life today and ask yourself which habits are serving your future and which habits are sabotaging it. Be honest, because your brain believes whatever you repeat. If you repeat excuses, you will live in limitation. If you repeat discipline, you will live in freedom. If you repeat fear, you will stay small. If you repeat courage, you will grow beyond what you thought possible. The choice is always yours. And the next 30 days give you the perfect opportunity to choose wisely. Think about the person you want to be at the end of this challenge. See that version of yourself in your mind. Feel the confidence, the strength, and the focus. Imagine standing taller, speaking with certainty, and acting with boldness. Hold that image, and every day move toward it with your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Your brain will begin to accept that vision as reality, and it will guide you to make it true. This is not magic. This is the science of reprogramming. This is the power of commitment, and this is the path to success. Greatness is never reserved for the chosen few. Greatness belongs to those who are willing to reprogram their minds for it. Your brain is designed to adapt, to learn, and to transform, but it requires direction. If you do not give it intentional direction, it will default to the patterns of your past. That is why so many people feel trapped by old stories. They keep reliving their failures because they keep replaying them in their minds. They keep feeling stuck because they keep focusing on what went wrong instead of what could go right. If you want a new life, you must give your brain a new story. The most powerful story you can ever tell is the one you tell yourself. If you see yourself as weak, you will act weak. If you see yourself as strong, you will act strong. If you see yourself as a victim, you will remain powerless. If you see yourself as a leader, you will rise to lead. Identity is destiny. The next 30 days are not only about changing habits, they are about changing identity. Every action you take is casting a vote for the person you want to become. When you exercise discipline, you are casting a vote for the identity of a disciplined person. When you choose growth, you are casting a vote for the identity of a successful person. When you repeat these votes day after day, the identity becomes solid. Your brain accepts it as truth, and you begin to act from that place without hesitation. There will be moments when the old identity fights back. The old you will try to convince you that nothing has really changed. The old you will try to remind you of every failure, every time you quit, every mistake you made. Do not listen. That voice is nothing more than old wiring in your brain. Every time you ignore it and take action anyway, you weaken it. Every time you choose the new identity, you strengthen it. Eventually, the old voice will fade, and the new voice of strength and certainty will take its place. Do not underestimate the influence of your environment. If you surround yourself with negativity, your brain will absorb negativity. If you surround yourself with people who complain, your brain will learn to complain. If you surround yourself with distractions, your brain will crave distraction. But if you surround yourself with inspiration, your brain will crave growth. If you surround yourself with people who take action, your brain will learn to take action. Environment is not everything, but it is a powerful force. Over the next 30 days, pay close attention to what you allow around you. Protect your environment like you protect your future, because they are deeply connected. The truth is that reprogramming your brain is not about doing one extraordinary thing. It is about doing ordinary things with extraordinary consistency. Waking up early may seem ordinary, but when done consistently, it transforms your energy. Speaking affirmations may seem ordinary, but when done consistently, it transforms your confidence. Practicing gratitude may seem ordinary, but when done consistently, it transforms your outlook. These ordinary actions compound. They build momentum. And eventually, they reshape the very way your brain operates. You must understand the power of visualization. When you see your future self vividly and repeatedly, your brain begins to believe it is possible. Athletes do not visualize because it feels good. They visualize because it works. Your brain cannot distinguish between what you imagine and what you physically experience. When you imagine success, your brain fires the same pathways as if you were actually living it. Over time, those pathways strengthen, and your brain becomes conditioned to expect success. That expectation changes your behavior, and your behavior changes your results. So, in this challenge, make it a daily practice to close your eyes and see yourself as the person you want to become. Do not just see it, feel it. Feel the energy, the pride, the joy, the confidence. Speak it out loud. Write it down. Repeat it until your brain accepts it as truth. This is how you reprogram identity. This is how you transform belief. And this is how you build a life that matches your highest vision. At the end of these 30 days, you will not only have new habits, you will have a new identity. You will think differently. You will act differently. You will carry yourself differently. And people around you will notice. They will see the glow of confidence, the strength of discipline, and the fire of determination. But more important than what they see is what you feel. You will feel in control of your life. You will feel unstoppable. You will feel like the person you were always meant to be. That is the reward of reprogramming your brain for success. The future belongs to those who take full responsibility for their minds. The greatest gift you have been given is the ability to choose your thoughts, to focus your attention, and to decide who you will become. Do not waste this power by replaying the past or feeding on doubt. Use it to design the life you want. Use it to create patterns of success. Use it to rise above every limitation that has ever held you back. The next 30 days are not just about habits. They are about stepping into a higher standard of living. They are about refusing to settle for less than what you know you are capable of. They are about proving to yourself that you are stronger than every excuse, more powerful than every setback, and more determined than every obstacle. There will be challenges. There will be days when your mind resists, when your body feels tired, when your motivation feels low. But understand this truth. Discipline is more powerful than motivation. Motivation may come and go, but discipline remains. Motivation may start the journey, but discipline finishes it. When you show up even when you do not feel like it, you build a level of trust with yourself that is unshakable. You begin to believe in your own word, and that belief becomes the foundation of confidence. Do not wait for motivation. Build discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your vision and your reality. Every single step you take in this challenge is building a future you will thank yourself for. Every time you push through resistance, you create strength. Every time you refuse to quit, you create resilience. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you create progress. And as these small victories add up, you will notice something powerful. You will no longer just be completing a challenge. You will be living as a new person. You will not just be reprogramming your brain. You will be recreating your life. Think about what life will look like when you complete these 30 days. Imagine the clarity of mind you will feel. Imagine the habits that will be automatic. Imagine the energy and confidence you will carry into every area of your life. Relationships will improve because you show up stronger. Opportunities will open because you project confidence. Health will improve because you have built discipline. Dreams that once felt distant will feel within reach because your mind is aligned with success. This is the compound effect of reprogramming your brain. You must also understand that 30 days is not the end. It is only the beginning. These 30 days will build the foundation. They will prove to you that change is possible, that discipline is within you, that greatness is available to you. But the real reward comes when you continue beyond 30 days, when you take the identity you have built and carry it forward into the next season of your life. Growth does not stop. Success is not an event. It is a lifestyle. And once you have reprogrammed your brain, you will never see yourself the same way again. So stand tall today and make the decision that you will not quit. Make the decision that you will not go back to old ways. Make the decision that you will finish what you started. 30 days of focus is not too much to ask. 30 days of commitment is not too heavy a price. 30 days of discipline is the difference between the life you have and the life you want. Do not cheat yourself out of this transformation. Do not let your old patterns win. Step forward with courage. Step forward with conviction. Step forward with faith in who you are becoming. Your mind is your greatest weapon. Your habits are your greatest tools. Your identity is your greatest power. Reprogram them with intention, and there is no limit to what you can achieve. The future you desire is not waiting for someone else. It is waiting for you. The time is now. The choice is yours. And the next 30 days are the beginning of a lifetime of success.